Welcome back, and I'm out in the garden and we're talking good for you to our gardens. And of course we're here with LaRene from Mill Creek Gardens. How are you today?
Doing well. It's a beautiful day.
It is gorgeous outside, and we're talking about how to get children part of gardening and being part of the family.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. Let's talk for a moment about in the garden. We have the opportunity to involve our children, and it's a great time of year because they're just getting out of school. There are so many wonderful things you can do. We have lots of vegetable starts here and even some herbs I want to tell you about, but there's some little nifty gloves for the children. There's lots of fun things like watering cans that you can get that are really unique. There's even a little pot here that has a little chalkboard on it that you can write on, that they can personalize it. And you know, have your children maybe even earn some money, come down to the garden center and start picking some things out that they love to do. Now at Mill Creek Gardens we have a fabulous seed rack that's going to have things like yellow beans, purple carrots,
wow,
bicolored radishes, some red lettuce, and that red lettuce actually looks like this. Isn't that wonderful? And they can start harvesting it now. They can eat more healthy. They can learn where food comes from. There's even royal sweet peas that you can use.
I love sweet peas.
They're very fragrant, and they're great cut flour. So that's really fun. There's even a squash that looks like a flying saucer.
Oh, wow.
And they come on quickly. So they get some fairly immediate response, and it teaches them some responsibility.
And I was about to say that it's not only just about being part of the family and what they're doing on the weekends and watering the plants. It teaches them responsibility and accountability.
Now, this one here is my favorite. This is a little yellow pear tomato, and my father let me pick some of these out when I was a little tight.
Okay.
We had them at the side of the house. This thing got ginormous, and I was able to go pick out those little bulbous yellow pear tomatoes. So thanks, Dad.
That's good.
It's made it really fun for me.
Now look at you, you've got a nursery.
Yes, that's right, and I got it from my father. Now this one here is really a cool plant. Can you smell that?
Is that basil?
It is actually a pineapple sage.
Yum.
It smells like pineapple, and these get some beautiful red flowers. You rub it, it smells wonderful. It gets red flowers and it attracts hummingbirds and butterflies. And speaking of attracting birds, here's a wonderful book about birds, butterflies, and other backyard wildlife you can add to the garden. At Mill Creek Gardens, we also have fabulous plants for shade, small space gardening. A lot of you have mature gardens or small spaces. These beautiful plants down here are all for small spaces, and some of them are very fragrant, and you can put some beautiful patterns to it.
I want to touch on what we were talking about last week and about watering the garden.
Yes, you need to make sure that when you water thoroughly. Hydrate those plants. If you have a hanging basket that you're watering, the water just runs through, take it off the hook, set it in a bucket, or just keep pouring water to it till it doesn't run through and it's nice and heavy.
And is it best to water at night or in the morning?
Morning is good, but you know, when you're there to water and something's wilting, get it hydrated. Okay, this weekend at Mill Creek Gardens, we have a special guest. We have Eric from Bailey Nursery. He's going to be talking about vanilla strawberry hydrangeas. And they are so awesome. This red stem with the green leaves, he'll be there. We'll be serving a vanilla strawberry cold treat, promise you that. And from 11 to 2, we have our free barbecue. We also brought another raspberry shortcake raspberry plant. It has the raspberry setting on it. Isn't that incredible?
What do you mean?
It has the raspberries coming. Okay, question of the day. What perennials are great to bloom all summer long? We have the coreopsis. We have a dwarf carnation. We have a beautiful delphinium. It's the dwarf delphinium. And we have this wonderful white Shasta daisy with the fringed foliage. Those will bloom all summer long for you. And this cute little erodium heron's bill. This is a little ground cover. This blooms all summer long between stepping stones or at the corner of your garden in a small space. And that's it. We just have everything at Mill Creek Gardens. It's so wonderful.
I wanted to know perennials. See, I was thinking they just start each season, but I had it all mixed up.
Perennials come back year after year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I was completely confused about. So what are the other ones like petunias and...
Petunias and marigolds, they are an annual, and you have to plant them every year. Now, these are really cool annuals. These happen to be a geranium. I brought 4 different ones. They're extremely colorful, especially this time of year. They do have flowers on them, but they have awesome foliage, so it really shows up and makes a pop in your garden.
And I believe these, you can buy one plant and then do a clipping.
You can, yep. If you are really into it, you can sure do some clippings. Now, another thing you can add to the garden is some wonderful fragrance. We have plants at Mill Creek Gardens that are tropical, that are fragrant, would be like citrus plants. We also have some like perennials. This one here is a Dianthus, that's the carnation family. If you smell that, look how sweet that smells.
Oh my gosh.
And these bloom most of the summer, and they're real fun for kids to do little cut flower vases with. And the foliage is kind of a grayish color. It's really a highlight.
I'm just
very reasonable.
There. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So come to Mill Creek Gardens. We have lots of fun plants and great events this weekend.
Thank you so much. You'll be able to see where you can find out all the information about Mill Creek Gardens at 3500 South 900 East, Salt Lake City. Or you can also phone 801-487-4131 or go to our website abc4.com and we will link you up to the site. Back to you girls.
Have a great day.
Thank you.